CBS47 Action News Jax begins with breaking news.
Our military has confirmed that the Mayport-based USS Farragut was aggressively approached by a Russian military vessel in the North Arabian Sea. Take a look at these videos just into our newsroom, which show the incident from Thursday. And the military says the Farragut sounded 5 short blasts to signal the danger of a collision, but that the Russians ignored it. Look how close they were there. The Defense Department says the Russian ship got within 180 feet before eventually changing direction. This is the second such incident between the two countries in just 7 months.
The Navy released a statement that reads in part, the U.S. Navy continues to remain vigilant and is trained to act in a professional manner. We continue to encourage vessels from all nations to operate in accordance with internationally recognized maritime laws, standards, and norms. In Nassau County, Fernandina Beach firefighters say that it took them nearly 90 minutes to put out a big fire here at a business on North 14th Street. Now, this business is called Netting Pros. It's on North 14th Street again, and that's near the mouth of the Egan's Creek area. The building is owned by a company that makes athletic netting for baseball fields.
As Action News Jaxter Marlo Phillips reports, not only was that building destroyed, but 3 boats were also damaged. No people were hurt.
Firefighters battled flames at this local marina for hours. If you take a look behind me, you can see just how much damage the fire caused. A building that once stood here is now gone, and several boats were damaged in the fire, including this huge yacht behind me. Crews with the Fernandina Beach Fire Department and Nassau County Fire Rescue were called to a fire at Egan's Creek Marina just after midnight Friday. When firefighters got there, they found heavy smoke coming from a building and flames shooting in the air. A Nassau County spokesperson told Action News Jax the building is used by a local company that builds athletic netting for ball fields. One neighbor says this isn't the first time a fire broke out near his home.
All I could see out my window was high flames, like 100-foot high flames, roaring fire. It's interesting because a year ago there was a fire across the street at the other marina. So I don't know what's happening up here, but these marinas are...
As you can see, state fire marshals are still on scene trying to figure out how this fire started. Coming up at 5, I'll let you know whether or not they believe arson is involved. Reporting here in Nassau County, I'm Jamarlo Phillips, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
Right now, JSO is searching for a gunman who shot and killed a local father who was out riding his motorbike. Investigators say 26-year-old Colin Felton was gunned down in the Lackawanna area yesterday. Action News Jax Amber Kriska joins us live where it happened. Amber, police say the gunman fired 15 shots at this father.
Now, right here in the middle of this neighborhood near businesses and home, it's where police found the 26-year-old's body and his bike. Now, police are trying to find this Dodge Ram, the truck the shooter was in. I know it's a little hard to see, but there is a white sticker on the back of that truck. Police say Colin Felton, a father of a 3-month-old baby, died while riding this green and black motorbike in Lackawanna Thursday afternoon. Now, in this surveillance video, you can see the Dodge Ram drive up to Felton. We are going to pause it there before the shooting. Now, after firing 15 shots, it sped off heading north on Cherokee. I did reach out to police and Crime Stoppers both to see if they have received any tips and if they have any new leads. I'm still waiting to hear back. As soon as we get any new information throughout the day, we will let you know. But police, they want you to keep an eye out for that Dodge Ram. Reporting live in Lackawanna, Amber Kriska, Action News Jax.
A retired JSO officer is facing 17 charges right now. Most are child sex crimes involving a child younger than 12 years old. James Trabal is being held at the Duval County Jail right now. The 67-year-old retired from the agency back in 1999. He was scheduled to have a first appearance in court this morning, but waived that. JSO believes it has identified all the victims, but encourages anyone with information to come forward.
This noon, JSO has an alert out, a warning about a man wanted for kidnapping a woman downtown. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says the man also tried to rob and sexually assault another woman in Springfield. Police say the suspect targeted homeless women. The incident happened within the last 2 weeks. Just into Action News Jax, the Clay County Sheriff's Office says that it's found a missing man. They say that he is safe. His name is Eugene Ayatoe. And we told you about him on Action News Jax this morning. He had been missing for 2 weeks, and investigators were worried that he was in danger.
Neighbors on the west side hope police will arrest 2 people they say were caught on camera setting a veteran's trash can on fire. In this video, you can see 2 young men stop at Ed Caleo's driveway. They light something on fire and then place it into a garbage bin, his. Caleo tells Action News Jax he thinks it was deliberate.
Is this a kind of a joke that you're ready to ruin somebody's life who worked so hard to have a home of their home? My family would have died for that, and that's totally unacceptable, and we cannot tolerate that.
Caleo says he filed a police report with JSO, and investigators are working to find out who did this.
The union representing Jacksonville police is suing the sheriff's office because it says it's about a law protecting the victims of crime and it's not applying to officers. It's called Marcy's Law, which allows victims to keep their names from being released. But the Fraternal Order of Police says that that's not happening when JSO officers are attacked or fired upon on duty. A recent example is when an officer, Jay Garriga, was dragged by a suspect's car and shot and killed the suspect.
And our officers who are out here day and night, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, putting their lives on the line, are the victims of some of the most violent crimes in our city, and they deserve the same protection.
Some say that officers should not be afforded that protection because it would block the public's right to know about incidents involving their government.
Jacksonville Beach Police need your help this noon identifying this man accused in a string of crimes against an elderly man. Investigators say the suspect robbed the victim in his home, hit him, and stole his credit card. Police gave us this picture from a Walmart where they say the suspect was trying to use that card to buy electronics. Iran this noon denying reports that it shot down a Ukrainian passenger jet.
That's contrary to reports from U.S. intelligence officials and newly released video. This video, obtained by the New York Times, reportedly shows the moment when sources say Iranian surface-to-air missiles hit a Ukrainian passenger jet taking off from Tehran. The head of Iran's aviation authority says the plane was definitely not shot down. He says the causes we aren't sure of yet, but we can say for certain a missile did not strike the plane. 176 people died in this crash, 63 of them Canadian, and Canada, like the U.S., believes the plane was shot out of the sky.
The evidence indicates that the plane was shot down by an Iranian surface-to-air missile.
Iran showed the black boxes recovered from the Boeing 737 and has invited the U.S. to assist in the investigation.
Somebody could have made a mistake. Some people say it was mechanical. I personally don't think that's even a question.
The plane was shot down just hours after Iran launched more than a dozen missiles at Iraqi military bases hosting U.S. forces. The White House is responding with more sanctions against Iran.
We are taking action against 8 senior Iranian officials who advanced the regime's destabilizing activity and were involved in Tuesday's ballistic missile strike.
Iran was retaliating for a U.S. drone strike in Iraq that killed a top Iranian general. Iraq's parliament responded with a resolution calling for the U.S. military to leave. And Iraq's prime minister has asked Secretary of State Mike Pompeo to begin preparations for withdrawal.
We are happy to continue the conversation with the Iraqis about what the right structure is.
The Democratic-controlled House passed a resolution Thursday aimed at limiting President Trump's ability to take more military action against Iran.
The designer of the Players Stadium course at TPC, Sawgrass, has died. Pete Dye was a legend in the golf world. He designed some of the best-known golf courses anywhere, and he was inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame back in 2008. Pete Dye was 94 years old.
St. Augustine police are looking for 3 real-life wedding crashers who hung out and then slipped away with the couple's gifts. Action News Jax told you Thursday when police identified 3 people seen in a picture that's coming up in just a second here. Deputies say that they took off with a bag with about $3,000 worth of wedding gifts from Dos Gatos, where the couple had a small wedding celebration last month.
It's been really heartbreaking for us because, you know, a lot of the cards were from, you know, we're never going to get to read those cards.
The couple was planning to hold a bigger wedding in St. Augustine next year, but they're not sure if they really want to come back. However, coming up on Action News Jax tonight at 5, there's a local restaurant that's offering to foot the bill if they do come back next year.
A local father who was killed in a wrong-way crash will be laid to rest tomorrow. Loved ones will celebrate the life of Zarrell Crittenden on what would have been his 28th birthday. Action News Jax told you last week when he was hit and killed by a wrong-way driver on the Arlington Expressway. Loved ones say he was on the way home from Bible study.
A Jacksonville dog rescue group called the London Sanctuary is giving out free leashes to pet owners in exchange for the retractable ones that they own. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says retractable leashes can cause cuts, burns, and even finger amputations. Now, in 1 year alone, there were more than 16,000 hospital-related injuries reported in the United States. There are 9 locations across Northeast Florida where you can go and trade your retractable leash for a regular one. To see that list, go to actionnewsjax.com.
And from the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Garrett Wiedenball. Already in the mid to upper 70s in spots here today at noon. How warm we get this afternoon and through the weekend. That's coming up in your First Alert 7-day forecast.
They say it was designed by clowns. What newly released internal Boeing memos are revealing about a plane model involved in 2 deadly crashes.
Plus a bill to ban teens from using cell phones, while a lawmaker says he won't vote for his own legislation.
What to watch tonight, brought to you by Ashley Home Store.
Well, the House just passed a bill aimed at protecting people from dangerous chemicals that are found in everyday consumer products.
Action News Jax, Jacqueline Fell with our Washington, D.C. bureau shows us the heated debate over the issue.
The bill would nationally regulate PFAS chemicals that can be found in the water supply, firefighting suits, cookware, and other products we use every day. House Democrats call them forever chemicals that are making too many Americans sick.
PFAS is an urgent health and environmental threat, period, and no one can deny that. The longer we wait, the worse the contamination becomes. The time is now to act.
Environmental groups say PFAS has been detected in hundreds of communities in almost every state, and that more than 100 million Americans may be drinking water contaminated with the highly toxic chemicals. This bill would require the EPA to designate two of the most notorious chemicals as hazardous. Many Republicans say the EPA is already working on this, and some companies are even leading the way to getting these chemicals out of those products.
If you're making a product, this is the perfect time to be able to do that and say it's BPA, it's PFAS free. So why would we have the government do that?
The bill faces an uphill battle in the Republican-controlled Senate, and the White House has already threatened to veto it, calling the bill overreaching. In Washington, Jacqueline Fell, CBS 47 Action News Jax.
Now listen to this. A Vermont lawmaker is proposing a ban on cell phones for people under 21. Yeah, but it's not what you think here. While State Senator John Rogers is putting forward a bill that would fine violators $1,000, even put them in prison, he says he would not vote for his own bill. He says he's actually trying to start a conversation about cell phone safety and overall rights for young adults.
It's really to prove a point, and that is that if we're going to allow 18-year-olds to vote and join the military and such, they should have all the rest of the rights.
Language in the bill says people under 21 are not developmentally mature enough to have cell phones, much like firearms, cigarettes, and alcohol.
Quite the embarrassment this noon. Newly released documents reveal Boeing employees ridiculing the 737 MAX and its development. That's the plane model involving two crashes that killed nearly 350 people. The company released more than 100 pages of internal messages dating back to 2013. And many of the messages include harsh words, critical comments about the plane, even ridiculing designers and the regulators. One person even said the plane was, quote, designed by clowns. Boeing apologized and says that the memos do not reflect the company we are and need to be, and they are completely unacceptable. The 737 MAX is currently grounded by the FAA.
8 teams are left standing in the chase for a championship. You can watch 6 of those teams square off this weekend on Action News Jax. On Saturday, the Titans and Ravens kick off at 8 o'clock. And 8:15, I should say, on CBS 47. Then on Sunday, it's the Texans and Chiefs at 3:05 on CBS 47, followed by the Seahawks and Packers at 6:40 on Fox 30. You can kick that football Sunday off with the Action Sports Jax guys with Chase for the championship. That's Sunday morning, starting at 11:30 on CBS 47.
Now, certified Jacksonville's most accurate forecast. Action News Jax First Alert Weather.
Our First Alert meteorologist Gary Bedenbaugh. It is mild outside. I guess you could call it warm, too. In the mid to upper 70s across many spots here inland today. Low 70s right now in St. Augustine, 71 over at Fernandina Beach for you. First Alert Doppler HD tracking just a few showers here today offshore. Very isolated in nature. Jacksonville is dry for your lunch hour, but right now tracking one little cluster of showers moving in closer to the Golden Isles of southeast Georgia here through Jekyll Island by about 12:34, give or take. Taking a live look right now into those showers on the Action News Jax First Alert Skycam network from the west end. Relatively calm, but still choppy at times. Waters there at Jekyll. 70 degrees. Even all the way to the coast there in southeast Georgia, where easterly winds around 10 miles per hour. Today, we'll see a few isolated showers, especially closer to the coast, with those high temperatures in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees well inland. We'll be in the mid 70s and upper 70s in spots well inland. Even some locations could touch 80 degrees inland this afternoon, and we do have onshore winds, so it'll keep the coastal areas slightly cooler, though still unseasonably warm. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast. Again, isolated showers, that's about it. Not widespread rainfall for your Friday night plans, but just be advised if you're heading closer to the coast, isolated sprinkle or shower possible, but then it moves by pretty quickly. Still the onshore breeze into tomorrow. Tracking a severe weather outbreak beginning now. Watch boxes up, tornado watch box, severe thunderstorm watches in portions of the plains. That continues to advance to the east. Later on tomorrow, we'll be tracking a few bands of showers, trying to make it inland southeast Georgia counties by late Saturday night. Something to just be weather aware of. Late in the night on Saturday, we'll be tracking the main threat for a weakening line of showers and thunderstorms to produce perhaps a gusty wind or two, but mainly just a few showers during the day for Jacksonville. on your Saturday night and Saturday. So we'll be tracking that for you here through the weekend on First Alert Doppler HD, and we'll also be watching very warm temperatures. In fact, near record-breaking highs on the Action News Jax First Alert 7-day forecast. With, of course, your weekend always in view, we'll be in the mid-60s in the morning. So that's right where we should be for high temperatures there in the morning lows. So low 80s in the afternoon continue into next week. We'll see a few hit-and-miss isolated showers Monday, Tuesday, and into your Wednesday. High temperatures still in the low 80s, and then the upper 70s by Thursday with a few showers. You can always get this forecast any time of the day by downloading the free Action News Jax First Alert weather app. And join Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for the updated weekend forecast tonight at 5 on CBS47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax.
Coming up at noon, free groceries, where folks in Jacksonville can go to get fresh produce at no cost.
And you choose the best choice for your child's education, where parents can go tomorrow to shop the best school for your child.
Well, tomorrow, Winn-Dixie will be giving out food in the Brentwood community. The store at the Gateway Town Center is still under construction, but plans to provide access to fresh fruits and vegetables for local families. Now, this will happen every Saturday until their grand opening on February 12th. Action News Jax told you Wednesday when Winn-Dixie announced plans to open in the Gateway Town Center. It replaces the Publix that closed just last month. Without it, neighbors would have to drive more than a mile to a grocery store.
Mom and Dad, rise and shine tomorrow morning. You can get some information about where to send your children to school, the best for them. It's called the School Choice Expo. So Duval County Public Schools will be set up at the Prime Osborne Convention Center from 1 until 3 p.m.
Right now, Duval County's health department is offering free HIV testing. Duval County is one of 7 Florida counties considered to be part of the AIDS epidemic. Now, officials say 344 people in Northeast Florida were newly diagnosed with HIV in 2018. 86% of that was Duval County. Now, testing can only take about 15 minutes. You can find more information on where to get tested on actionnewsjax.com. Coming up on CBS47, Fox 30 Action News Jax at 5, more Americans beating cancer with new advances in medical science. The 3 types of cancer doctors are having the most success defeating, and which ones are still proving difficult.
And 80s this weekend?
Yeah, going to be 80s near record highs this weekend after the upper 70s today. Just an isolated brief shower for your Friday into the evening. Most spots stay dry, but we'll be in the 80s. Mild mornings in the 60s. We'll be in the 80s through the weekend and into next week.
Yeah. Looks nothing like winter.
No, it doesn't. All the warm temperatures. Dodges showers at the same time, too.
Yes.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
The Young and the Restless is on next. Have a great one.